the importance of building a really smart team would allow people to move quickly and really build a really strong foundation that then will allow the company to scale and really continue to grow at a very natural pace. I think that's one, like just hire really smart people. I think another thing that Asana did that was really interesting is they were power users of their own tool. And I think that really helped, like no matter what role you were in Asana, you basically had to use Asana for everything. And I think that really allowed everyone to build a really strong empathy for what works, what doesn't, and really always have almost no matter what your function was to like have ownership or be like, hey, here's what we could do to make it better. So I think like having the entire company feeling very passionate about importing, of improving the tool was I think a good thing. The other thing that was interesting about Asana is, a lot of tech companies, when you look at people, they change jobs like maybe every 3 years, 4 years, but it was pretty common to see people at Asana that had been at the company for 8 years or 10 years. And I think the reason why they were able to do that is because they built a really strong culture. And, while I think culture is often like this nebulous term that people are like, is this worth it? Like, does it really make a difference? Like, I really saw it firsthand that it makes a huge difference, not only for attracting people, but also for retaining people, right? And I think when you're trying to build a team and growing a team, retaining people as you grow, I think really makes the entire scaling a lot easier. So those are some big ones that come to mind. I also learned things that I think didn't work well for Asana, right? Which I think they're equally important. And one of the cultural elements was that I think we respected everyone's opinions and we wanted to be very thoughtful about everything we did. And I think a lot of times what ended up happening is we did overthink a lot of decisions, or we tried to get all the data before we made a decision. And I think that allowed us to move a little bit slower. And similar too, like given that everyone was so smart, like high quality bar for what we shipped, or when something was ready to, or when a presentation was ready to make a decision. And again, I think that slowed us down. So I think while I did appreciate the value of having really high standards or being very thoughtful, I think there's definitely a balance of between like perfection and speed and flexibility. And I think it was really healthy for me to then go back, to go to a Series A company where you had to move a lot faster. Done was better than perfect. So I think I was lucky to have those experiences go one after the other, because it really kind of shaped how I think about, like culture and speed of execution and things like that.